Hello. I'm just going to talk about our interpersonal communication skills improvement journey. My own personal skill that I decided to improve on was communication, specifically tackling anxiety when public speaking. Um, During a public setting, which I'm not typically in very often, but in a professional setting, often, you're asked to pitch things or, take the room and explain things in a certain way, or just have the intention on you for a certain period of time. So just that idea in general can feel daunting. Um, so gaining confidence will help me engage more actively, especially in a professional setting. I often experience anxiety standing in front of groups in person as well as through video. I feel like it's kind of the same either way for me. I don't know, others may disagree. Um, some of the ways that I felt during this process, or the things that had challenged me, was obviously I had to deal with some extra social interactions specifically for this journey. So that in itself was just, communicating with a lot of people that I wouldn't normally, or more so asking their opinion about how I'm communicating, which is a funny thing to ask. I did use our journal entries as a reflection, so that was a good way to notice that my nervousness increases in situations like leading discussions and things like that, so that I was able to keep track of and really focus my attention on how improving the skill benefits me. Let's see. Increase self-confidence and self-esteem. Like I said, you're able to focus on really what's important, which is just getting the job at hand done efficiently. You're a better participant in conversations and meetings, because you're not worried about, being heard. You're worried about, what you're actually saying. And then overall, it just improves the relationships, especially in management. You have to have open communication, interpersonal communication. My improvement plan and results, my outline generally was really by week 2. I had identified which situations made me nervous, so then I was able to kind of pinpoint certain situations. I had read about some calming techniques, common things like breathing, or just again, making sure that you know the focus of your message, and just staying on course with that. Week 3, I recorded short talks of myself, and I had a handful of people give me feedback, which was also funny, but definitely helpful. And I'm still working on this skill, so I'll continue to use that feedback. Let's see, week 4, week 3 I was recording talks. Week 4, I did try to practice longer speeches. It's hard to do that. It's hard to talk about and make up something without reading it. So that was hard for me, only because I didn't have a subject to cover. So I think in a real life situation, or some kind of case study for work would have helped with that. Trying to create a longer speech. I think I've seen improvement in my confidence and my awareness. Even during casual conversations, I guess you become more aware of yourself. That way you're more aware of others. I guess the advice for others trying to improve their communication skills would also be to just practice consistently. I mean, even in small ways, relaxation techniques, like I was saying, seeking feedback is always a great way. I mean, there's always, more things you can try. I feel like most people get nervous anyway. So don't be discouraged by setbacks, or just needing more practice in general. I mean, I've worked with people, you know, for my entire working career, and somehow when they're gathered together, that's when you get nervous. But one-on-one, you're fine. So I think I'm just battling my own hurdles, and I'm jumping over my own hurdles. So we're getting there. Okay, well, thank you so much. But yeah, don't be discouraged, and just stay focused. Thank you.